Alrighty guys, it's 2016. It's time to start this year off with a horror movie. And this year, it's The Forest. The Forest stars Natalie Dormer, and she plays Sarah, who has an identical twin named Jess, who is reportedly goes missing in a very famous Japanese forest that a lot of people call today the Suicide Forest. But Sarah believes that her sister Jess is still alive, so she embarks on a quest to go into the Suicide Forest to find her. Now, going into the forest, you guys, I was looking forward to this movie mainly because the Suicide Forest is an actual place. This is a real place in Japan where thousands of people go to every year to commit suicide. And as sad and tragic as that is, I can't deny the fact, as a horror movie fan, this is a very interesting concept for a horror movie and could be really effective if done well. But sadly, the forest was a disappointment because I felt like it took a very interesting concept and very squandered that concept for just pure mediocrity, by the book horror tropes. And to say the word disappointment, in my humble opinion, feels more sad than it does rage or anger or any other type of emotion. Because in my opinion, there are a lot of elements in this movie that do work. When you watch it, you see glimmers of a much better movie than what you're actually seeing. The acting in this movie is fantastic. The direction, the editing, all this stuff, in my opinion, is well done. It's all there. It's the script, in my opinion, that is what lets this movie down. It is just so typical, so by the book. All the scares are just jump scares that have no sort of payoff or no sort of build or resolution to them. What I think this movie needed, besides a better script, is more influence of Japanese culture and Japanese horror. I think this would have been great if it felt more like a Japanese horror film than an American horror movie. And I'm going to use the film The Grudge as an example. It has an American lead actress in the role, but felt very much like a Japanese horror movie at the end of the day. And I think if this movie had been more rooted in Japanese culture and Japanese horror, it would have been a lot more effective. At the end of the day, The Forest felt like it had one foot in Japan and the other foot in America, and it couldn't decide what type of film it wanted to be. Did it want to be a full-on Japanese horror movie or full-on American? And at the end of the day, it just becomes a mixed bag of both. Also, the ending / finale to this movie I wasn't a fan of because, like I said, it's going for the typical horror tropes and cliches, and there's this moment in the movie where they establish the differences between the characters and their roles in it, and it just felt very sort of, unsatisfying is the best word to say. Overall, The Forest is certainly watchable, but the movie isn't nearly as good as the film thinks it is, and takes, in my opinion, a very interesting concept right for a horror movie and just goes typical, by-the-book horror standards, horror tropes, and horror cliches. As the score goes, I'm going to give The Forest a 2 out of 5. So you guys, were you looking forward to The Forest? If you saw it, what did you think of this movie? Let me know, of course, in that comment section below. And until next time, you guys, I'm the Slash Movie Reviewer, and you guys have just been Slash.